Namaste viewers. Welcome back to my Focus YouTube channel. The focus in this video is on being responsible. How to be responsible? Responsibility is something all students need to learn. It involves making decisions, being trusted, and learning to take credit of one's actions, whether good or bad. Responsibility is something you are expected to do. For example, your parents expect you to study well. Studying well is your responsibility. The most important aspect of taking responsibility for your life is to acknowledge that your life is your responsibility. No one can live your life for you. You are the in charge. No matter how hard you try to blame others for the events of your life, each event is the result of choices you made and are making. Being responsible is a positive way to instill the traits of self-confidence and self-esteem. It encourages and motivates you to learn better. Here is a questionnaire for you to complete and know yourself better. There are 12 statements in this questionnaire. Tick in any one of the column, yes or no. The statements are: I take care of my things. I always help my people when they are in need. I keep up the promises. I take care of myself. I apologize for the mistake or mistakes I do. I maintain discipline at school. I always misplace my things and search for it later. I cannot manage my time effectively. I help my parents when they ask me. I usually promise not to repeat the mistakes that I make. My parents help me in doing my homework. My parents keep reminding me to do the work. After you have completed each of these statements, continue watching my video. Come back to this questionnaire again at the end and redo it to see the learning from this video. I am sure you would be more responsible. Now listen to a story. The Farmer and the Sons. Once upon a time, in a small town near Sicily, there lived a farmer named George Ham with his wife Anna and two young sons, William and Charles. George was very hard-working and a honest person. As the years passed and he grew old, he found it difficult to carry out his duties, thus thought of handing over the duties to his sons. I have worked so hard to develop this farm, and I want the right person to take care of this farm. I can't let my efforts go in vain. I want my farm to grow and flourish, he said to himself. He wanted to hand over his farm to the right person. He decided to test his sons and had an idea. He decided to observe them by pretending to be ill. He called his sons and said, "The doctor has asked me to take rest for 6 months, and I want both of you to take care of the farmland. But since I don't want any one of you to be burdened with the work, I will divide the farm such that each of you can take care of only half of the land. You can plan your work and money as you will get the yield after 15 days. Both William and Charles agreed. For the first 15 days, George observed that both of them were regular to the farm. Later, Charles saw that the workers are attending the farm regularly and felt his presence redundant. So he started going to the farm on alternative days. After 15 days of the first yield, the grains were sold and both of them got good money. William wisely used his money by investing some part of it for buying seeds, for sowing for the next season, fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides, some money for the wages and some money for personal use. Whereas Charles spent the money for enjoyment and betting with his friends. Again, it was time to prepare for the next round of crops, tilling the soil and sowing the seeds. William regularly went to the farm and took proper care of crops. He was also prepared for fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides. After some time, the workers noticed the insects and pests on some crops and informed about this to Charles. Anyway, only a few plants won't make much difference. Who has the money to buy insecticides? Charles says to himself and ignores. After 5 months, at the time of harvesting, Charles did not get even half of the yield of William's. When their father asked the reason for the low yield, he answered that it was due to the theft by his own workers that he incurred the loss. George, being very much aware of the situation, kept mum and decided to hand over the farm to William. Now, reflect on the story based on the questions which I share. Do you think George did the right thing of taking care of the land? Do you appreciate his plan? What are the qualities of William's? What are the qualities of Charles? Whom do you think is responsible towards their work? William or Charles? And why? I'm sure your responses are William was very dedicated and responsible towards the work given to him by his father, whereas Charles failed in performing the task. Here are the reflections. How to be a responsible person. Focus on the work. Work hard. Think intelligent and execute. Be trustworthy. Do not blame others. Do not procrastinate or postpone events. Stay positive. Now, let us see different situations that either we come across or we have heard it from our friends. Geeta is a very hard-working girl. She completes all her work but never submits them on time and blames her parents for it. A group of friends loves going to the yoga classes. One among them has the habit of losing things all the time. This time he leaves his expensive watch in the yoga room. When his parents ask him, he is unable to remember where he left his expensive watch. Sankeet is your classmate who spends all his time playing. When it is time to do his homework, he tells his parents that he has already completed it. The next morning, he is scared to face his teacher. Ramesh has a classmate who is very lazy. He doesn't do any work on his own and takes the help of his parents for all his work. Here is one more situation for you to think. Sam starts the assignment given at school 4 days just before the submitting date and finds it almost impossible to complete the work. He gets frustrated and tensed up. At the nick of the time, he asks his parents to help and they complete most of the work. When displayed at school, he is unable to answer most of the questions asked by his teacher. I'm sure you have been reflecting for each situation that I shared. Here are the reflections. To be responsible towards your work, you need to be punctual, disciplined, truthful, caring and doing the right thing at the right time. Avoid being careless, negligent and lazy. Now, let us do these two activities. First one, Redo the questionnaire which I had shared in the beginning of the video and see the difference. I'm sure you're more responsible now. The second one, list the various activities for which you take responsibilities or you have planned to take the responsibility in future. Dear students, here is my quote dedicated to you all. Accept responsibilities in your life. This is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. You will be the winner. Dream high and always be successful. Happy success. Hope you're well motivated and more responsible. Share your success or queries in the comment box. Like this video, click the bell button to subscribe. Thank you so much and all the best. My next video is on goal setting.